Again. Ooh. That's almost ridiculous. They should warn people about that. It's ridiculous. Wow. Happy New Year's, guys, and welcome to a cloudy Clevedon Village Scenic Reserve here in New Zealand, just outside of Auckland. We've decided to come for a nice walk this morning. It's not very warm today. 1 o'clock. Afternoon, whatever. It's been quite cloudy, quite warm and sunny the last couple of days, so now today is a perfect day to come out and just do a bit of a walk, because it's nice and cool and overcast. So yeah. So the last couple of months, and I suppose the last year or so, they've been struggling a lot in New Zealand with this certain plant disease that keeps spreading into the scenic reserves and killing a lot of the native fauna here. So they make you clean your feet, your shoes, before entering these reserves to try and keep it from spreading. So that's why you have to like spray your shoes with like a disinfectant spray and then clean it off with a brush beforehand. Which way down? So we want to do the lookout.
So either
left or right. They both go to the lookout. I don't know. Which one should we do?
I don't know. No.
Let's go right. In true New Zealand fashion, looks like this is starting off with a really aggressive climb stairs. And recently watched the remake of the Jungle Book, that movie Mowgli, and this forest is really reminiscent of that forest that they had in that jungle. Stairs. That's one of the things that we've noticed about all of these scenic walks in New Zealand, is none of them are very technical. The paths are usually laid out quite nice for you, with like staircases and boardwalks and stuff, but they tend to be quite steep, a lot of stairs. Hi.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
It's a good way to spend the day.
Oh man, no one warned me about this spot.
I can't believe I actually walked up all of these steps now that
Are we at least almost there?
Are you almost there?
Yeah.
Rob, not answering.
No.
Damn it.
All I can say is these don't go on like this forever.
Okay.
Oh wow.
In the natural ones too.
I know.
We've been climbing for feels like forever, and it's at the same steep pace, and it just doesn't stop. There's just no end to it. Look up ahead, just keeps going, and look behind me. It just goes like that for kilometers. It's so much fun. Get out of the house, they said. Go for a walk, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Can't even take in the beauty of this place, and wow, is it beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. So the stairs are stopping, but unfortunately the uphill doesn't stop, just the stairs. Still going uphill. It's been since the start of this hike, it's just been the steepest uphill I've ever hiked since the start. Flat ground here now, since I started talking to you again. Ooh. That's almost ridiculous. They should warn people about that. It's ridiculous. Wow. I think I figured out what qualifies a piece of land in the Auckland area for a scenic reserve, and it's probably when it's just too steep to build on, they just make it a scenic reserve and put some hiking trails through the thing. Because all of the places that we visited in Auckland, out Auckland, everywhere that's been, had hiking trails on them and designated scenic reserves, have all been climbs like this. None as bad as this one so far, but all of them really big climbs. So I think that's literally what they do, is as soon as the it's too steep to build on, they probably just make it a scenic reserve. Down now. It's definitely harder going up than going down, don't get me wrong, but going down is a whole new kettle of fish again, because you're constantly having to brake yourself, you break your momentum, and slippery mud underneath. It's quite interesting. The view from up top is really nice, really beautiful. If it was a clear day, not so overcast, we would have been able to see a lot further. I think you could make out the sky tower and the city in the distance, between the clouds and the fog, and then on the other side of the hill you can make out the sea. I'm not even sure which bay that is, but it's really beautiful. But yeah, on our way down now, have to really concentrate not to trip on any of these vines and roots, because I think it's a hard fall down, almost at the stairs now anyway, I think. Yeah, and the camera's battery is almost dead, so let's see how much I can still film before it gives out. Well, that's the most exercise I've done all year, and I'm not just saying that because it's the 1st of January. It's a lot, but it's really it feels good afterwards. We should really come and do it. It's a nice like continuous stair climb, so if you really want to do that like on a regular basis for exercise, then it's a nice place to come and do that. Plus it's beautiful scenery, that's a bonus. Yeah, so it probably only took us like an hour to get to the top and back, or even less, but yeah, lots of exercise, really beautiful scenery at the top and all the way up there.
Excuse me.
Bless you. And now it's time to go home and maybe go and find a nice beach to just go and sit in the water. I know it's like starting to rain almost outside, and it's a bit overcast. It's not the best beach day, but just in terms of, it's still quite hot and 100% humidity outside and like high 20s, so it's still worth it to go and find a nice spot just to get into the water, especially if it's going to be high tide, which is awesome, and charge this camera. Yeah, so yeah, that's us. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.